everyone, it's Marcy Denning here from Stampin' with Marcy. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Canada, and I sell all of the fabulous products that I share with you. Thank you so much for pressing play on today's video. Today I am doing a paper pumpkin Joy to the World alternative card. I haven't done an alternative card for a while yet, so I thought it was time. So this is the beautiful card that I have created. All right, let's just zoom you in so you can see that beautiful wink of Stella that I have put all over that joy. So let me just bring you back out. Okay, so this beautiful paper here is actually the inside of the envelope. I thought that this paper was so pretty that I had to cut that envelope up. So this is the last little bit of that envelope that I have. And so I've cut it up so that I could put it on the front of my card. So let's get started here. Yes, I did fussy cut that out. It did not take too much time at all. And I used my Stamparatus to color that because I'm just bringing everything in here. Because I find sometimes, especially when I'm going to be stamping on crumb cake cardstock, I find that the, let's just grab a stamp set here. Something handy to put under here. I find that the ink sometimes isn't as vibrant with the photopolymer and stamped on cardstock, colored cardstock. So I am just, let's bring you back over here a bit more so that you can see. I am inking up my Joy in Cherry Cobbler. See, that is your one. Let's just zoom you in so that you can see better. That is stamped once, so it's fairly light. So we want that to be much more vibrant for our card. So we are going to stamp it a few times here. And I'm still not happy. So one more time should do it, although I've got my Cherry Cobbler ink all over here. All right, so giving it good, even pressure. There, that's better. We could actually, we don't want to oversaturate it, but I just like a little bit more in that area. So let's just move this so that we are on the corner, making sure that we've got enough ink. Oh, and I'm going to get ink all over that magnet, but that's okay. There. All right. So there is our Joy, and we're going to give it some time to dry because we are going to fussy cut that out. So let's just give that a little bit of wipe and set it off to the side because we are done with that. Next up, we are going to stamp our wreath in, I'm moving everything around here. So we're going to stamp our wreath in Mossy Meadow. And I've already got my crumb cake cut here. All of the measurements will be found on my blog post. All you have to do is click on that link below in the description box to head on over to my blog, so you'll get all of the measurements as well as product links to purchase any of the extra supplies that I have used to create today's project. All right, making sure that I am centered on here. Giving it a moment for that ink to transfer to my cardstock. Peeling it off. Lovely. All right, so next we are going to come back in with our cherry cobbler and our little berries. Actually, no, we're going to color first. I got ahead of myself there. I'm going to color in my leaves with my light Mossy Meadow. Might as well leave it on my pad here. I'm just going to quickly, I'm not doing any shading or anything like that. And I chose the light Mossy Meadow Stampin' Blend because it's stamped in Mossy Meadow full strength, so that's quite dark. So this, just by going over it with the light, gives it the different dimension, making it so pretty. So this only takes a moment because we're not doing any fussy coloring, no shading or anything like that. We're just filling those leaves in. Okay, almost done. Trying not to be messy and go out of the lines as I quickly try to color this in for you guys. If you haven't yet, please click subscribe. And if you wouldn't mind sharing my video, if you enjoy my crafting, sharing is caring, and it's how I reach more crafty friends. Okay, almost. One more, and we are done. All right, now we can come in with our cherry cobbler and inking that up, and we are just going to go here and there with our berries. Doesn't really matter where you're putting them. In my opinion, you just want to add some of that pretty red in there. One, two, three, four, five, six. I think that's, let's give it one more up here, and then maybe we'll see. One more here. All right. I think that's good. All right, so next what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take my Stampin' Chalk marker. You don't have to do this, but I wanted to add just a little bit of that highlight as if it's got some of that little snow on there. Just here and there. I'm not being fancy at all. Just adding. And right here. And then we are going to come in with our clear wink of Stella and go over each one of these berries just to add that little bit of glitz to it. I do love my wink of Stella and apply it to most of my projects. I think it just takes it up that notch without being too awful much. Okay. So there is our beautiful wreath with that little bit of sparkle on there. All right, so move that to the side. Bring in our silicone craft sheet, and this is the brushed metallic cardstock. This is the gold because I wanted it to match my gold from my paper pumpkin card base. All right, so you just have to decide which one you want up. All right, I think we'll do it this way. And I'm using liquid glue because it does give me a moment or two more to make sure that I have got this nice and centered. All right, so now we're going to bring in our base that is already got that beautiful gold detail to it. I'm going to take my bone folder, fold and burnish. All right, and here is my piece of the designer series paper that they had on the inside. So we're just going to layer this up. Paper Pumpkin is a monthly subscription that gets delivered right to your door. Each month is something a little different, and they let you know generally what it's going to be. Our September kit was treat packaging because it was for Halloween. So this was the October kit, which is Christmas cards, and then the November kit, which the subscription point closed on November 10th. It's the 10th of the month. It starts right after you subscribe on the 11th of the month. And go from there. So you subscribe and it gets shipped out generally around the 13th to the 15th of the month, depending on where that falls on the weekday calendar. Oh, we're a little crooked there. I'm just going to lift that up so that I can straighten that out. So you can subscribe right from my channel. There is, or my blog, there is a Paper Pumpkin icon on there that you just click that, and that takes you to the subscription page. You can do 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, or an entire year. Or if you're local to me, I always purchase a couple extra kits, and you can purchase them right from me. So I am just coming in here and cutting off some of that excess so that it's quicker and easier for me. All right, so now I've got it as a more manageable size, and I'm just going to come in here and I'm going to leave a little bit of a halo around that. And I am just going to quickly, not taking my scissors off of the cardstock, I am turning my cardstock. So that way you get a bit of a smoother cut rather than those jagged edges, making it look more visually appealing. And practice makes perfect. The more you fussy cut things out, the better you're going to get at it, and you're not going to be afraid of it. I find fussy cutting just adds that little bit extra wow factor to your cards sometimes, and I really do enjoy it. I find it quite relaxing, just like coloring. I love to color. So we're almost halfway done cutting this out. See how quickly this is going? And coming around that I dot, or that J dot, I should say. Oh my goodness. All right, and almost. And stamping this on the crumb cake makes it look different than stamping it on Whisper White, I think. It just gives it a whole different feel. Just about. Okay, up in here. If you are new to my channel, if you've never watched one of my videos, thank you so much for watching me and joining me. I hope you enjoy my style of crafting. And coming down to the end, we're just kind of come up in here just a little bit, not all the way, and then turn that just like that, and we are done. There is the joy all cut out. So we are now going to take some of the mini dimensionals and apply some here and there strategically so that they're not going to show. And then I like to cut up into so that I can get an even smaller piece to go in those other little areas. Like, I want to give this some stability. I don't want it to be flat. Okay, that's good. And then let's do one for this part of the J. Oh, that might be a smidge high. Just bring that down. And then on our Y, we need just a little bit there because we don't want it to be saggy, sinky on any parts. So get off the back of my fingernail, and then I want one more right there. So that's the great thing with dimensionals and snips. You can customize your sizing however you need it to be. All right, so come on, little backing, get off of there. There we go. Because it's such a small little piece that there. Just a little bit more here. And 3, and all right, do we have all the backings off? I believe so. Okay, so now we're just going to take and center this as best we can. I think that looks good. And now we're going to take our Wink of Stella and carefully color over that. You're just tracing over your stamped sentiment here so that, okay, it's just adding that little bit of glitz to it, making it pop. I want this card to be very sparkly, and I think I have succeeded. All right. So now we want just a little bit more bling on there. So we are going to take some of these are the Holiday Rhinestone Basic Jewels. So let's move this out of the way. And always I like to add a dot of glue so that my embellishments don't fall off in the envelope. They don't come unsecured when they are being mailed. It arrives at the recipients exactly how I wanted them to see my card, with all of the details in place. And there we have it. That is today's paper pumpkin alternative. I hope you enjoy it. Please leave me a comment down below in the comment section. And if you are a Canadian and are needing any crafting supplies and you do not have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator that you are currently working with, I would love the opportunity to earn your business. This is the address of my blog, so you can head on over there and shop my online store. Okay, that's it for me today. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.